Coloca a mão na cabeça.
What's up, Mind Rush adrenaline junkies? No country on earth does motorcycle chases like Brazil. Wild roads, fearless riders, jaw-dropping footage that you will not believe is real. Buckle up, don't flinch. Let's get your heart racing. Slash from Guns N' Roses saw this chase and posted it with one perfect caption: GTA in real life. And once this thing starts, you get exactly why. Osasco, Sao Paulo. Officer Marcos Teixeira of the Guarda Civil Municipal spots a rider doing wheelies with a woman on the back and a covered plate, gives the stop order, and this guy decides that running is somehow the better idea. Big mistake, because what the rider did not know was that Teixeira was also a professional motocross rider, which makes chasing someone through tight city streets a very bad day to improvise. So now they are blasting through traffic, cutting wrong-way lanes, forcing bad gaps, and turning two cities into one long bad decision. And the whole time, he's still got a passenger on the back like this is a date. Reports say the chase ran about 6 minutes across roughly 34 roads before the miracle finally ran out. I mean, look at this guy. Threading gaps that should not even exist. Passenger on the back, wrong side of the road, and somehow he is smooth. Like seriously smooth. Hollywood pays stunt riders millions to do this on closed roads with no traffic and a whole safety crew standing by. This idiot did it on a Tuesday with his girlfriend on the back, for free. Absolute maniac. Then it ends the way these things usually do. One bad alley, one loss of control, bike down, chase over. Helmets off, hands up, done. And the funniest part? Reports say no illegal items were found. The bike was seized under Article 174 for dangerous stunt riding, and the rider was released after traffic fines. So after all that, this man risked 2 cities, his bike, and whatever dignity he had left just to impress his passenger and get billed for it. Serra, Brazil, September 1st, 2020. Federal Highway Police out on BR 101 when they spot 2 guys on a Honda with no plate weaving through traffic like nothing is wrong. They run it and yeah, there it is. Stolen, flagged for robbery. So they light him up expecting a basic stop, and this guy looks back, sees exactly who is behind him and still decides to run. Which is how a simple traffic stop turns into 4 straight minutes of pure nonsense. Now they are blasting through tight streets, cutting traffic, forcing bad gaps, doing all of it with a passenger on the back like this is somehow going to end well. It doesn't. Front wheel catches. Bike drops. Both hit the pavement hard. Passenger stays down. Easily the smartest decision anybody makes in this whole clip. The rider does the opposite, jumps up and runs, because apparently crashing the bike was not enough embarrassment for one day. 8 blocks before officers catch him and shut it all down. Both suspects detained, stolen bike recovered. Best cardio session of his life, and it got him absolutely nowhere. Fortaleza, Brazil. Routine patrol. Nothing unusual. Just another shift rolling through the neighborhood. Then up ahead, a rider starts overtaking cars on a double yellow line. No hesitation, no fear, just full commitment to terrible decisions. Officers signal him to stop. He slows down. Looks like he is going to pull over, and then floors it. Now the chase is on. The suspect is on a Honda Titan trying to outrun 2 XRE 300s. Mate, you cannot outrun an XRE 300 on a Titan, not even with Valentino Rossi on your side. But he tries anyway, because that is what you do apparently. He loops back down the same street he came from, thinking he found a gap. He did not. Now there is a third officer in play. One blocks traffic, one cuts the angle, and suddenly this guy has run straight into his own ending. He tries to dodge, loses control, and goes down, arrested on the spot. And now the part that makes the whole chase even better. Why was he running? About 6.6 pounds of drugs. And when officers ask about it, this man looks them dead in the eye and says it is for personal use. 6.6 pounds. Personal use. Sure, mate. You and the entire neighborhood. Suspect detained, drugs seized. And once again, the streets of Brazil produce something no scriptwriter would dare pitch with a straight face. Brazil. Exact location unknown. But honestly, what happens here does not need an address. Night chase. One officer, one suspect. And the second those lights come on, the whole city turns into a racetrack. Now this is what makes the clip so ridiculous. It is not just the suspect riding like a complete maniac. The officer is right there too, matching every move, every gap, every bad decision. Like nobody told either of them these are real streets with real walls. Wrong side of the road, tight alleys, near misses in the dark that should not be survivable at that speed. 7 minutes of alleys, curbs, gaps that had no business being gaps, and somehow both of them keep it upright until the suspect finally runs out of road, runs out of options, and runs out of luck. No confirmed name, no confirmed charges, just footage that really does not need any extra help. No Hollywood, no closed roads, no stunt crew. Just two riders in Brazil tearing through the dark until one of them had nothing left. Honestly, the footage does all the talking. 3 bikes, 3 riders, plates covered with plastic bags and rags. At that point, the police already know this is not going anywhere good. Then the call comes in, and now it is on.
Todo mundo aí, vai! Desce da moto aí, você.
One rider takes off on a red Honda CG with a girl on the back. Both no helmets, because apparently risking your own life was not enough. Now you have to risk hers too. And just to make sure everybody knows he has completely lost his mind, this guy starts popping wheelies in the middle of the chase. Like the laws of physics personally offended him. Officer times it perfectly. Chase over. Both suspects detained. Bikes seized. Allegedly fleeing law enforcement while endangering his passenger and every pedestrian unfortunate enough to be outside that day. Popped wheelies during his own arrest. Lost anyway. Some people really cannot help themselves. Fortaleza, Brazil, February 14th, 2026. Valentine's Day. Most people are buying flowers and chocolates. Fernando had other plans. Fernando and his girlfriend, no helmets because apparently wind in your hair is romantic, on a Honda 160 doing speeds that street was never built for. Officers spot them, lights come on, and Fernando decides Valentine's Day is the perfect time to run from police, with his girlfriend on the back, no helmet, full speed. Because nothing says love like turning a date into a police chase. And the whole thing goes exactly how you think it will. Fernando is giving that little 160 everything it has, which against police bikes is already a losing argument. Then it ends the way these things usually end. Fernando hits the floor and gets cuffed in front of everyone while his girlfriend stands there watching the whole disaster play out. Police say he was detained at the scene and the bike was seized. Forget flowers, forget chocolates. Fernando gave her road rash and a front row seat to his arrest. All right, before we go, had to show you this one. Rio, Brazil, 2024. The passenger is steering because the driver decided it was feeding time, fork in hand, full meal, completely unbothered. At least he is wearing a helmet, mate. What an absolute legend.
Acho que dia que sai.
That is it for this one, Mind Rush crew. If you want more wild chases, bad decisions, and pure chaos caught on camera, hit subscribe and stay locked in. More madness is on the way. Don't flinch.